Hello, happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to Divine Speaks with Leash. I'm Leash. How y'all feeling today? How you flowing today? Have you been flowing or have you been forcing? That definitely came up in my aura today. I had to make sure, I had to sit with myself. I had some old energies pop up today, which I'm grateful for. It's Mercury retrograde through the 15th. So, we all are going to have a lot of different energies, memories, perceived dilemmas come up during this time, just to allow us an opportunity to practice what we've been working on. I don't even want to say to test us or to teach us a lesson. It's really to give us an opportunity to practice what we've been working on this whole time. Like, what have we been working on as far as, how we respond energetically, how we feel, and how we perceive things that are coming to us at this time. So for me, it's a real huge thing, For me, it's been a lot of, in all sorts of different ways, but the same things of feelings of safety and security and not having scarcity and lack mindsets, And I used to think that it was just like, literal, but it's so deeply ingrained in the way that I've been and how I've went through this lifetime and others, I believe, not understanding or allowing myself to be the worthiness and deserving one that I actually am in truth, right? So then when these energies and these situations pop up that are literally outside of me but are there to help me go within myself, like a lot of introspection that I had previously just went into this hyper fix it, I gotta do something, let me make a move mode, very deeply into my divine masculine, not balanced in harmony of the union of the two. Because no matter if you're male or female, spirit doesn't know gender per se, but there's a masculine and feminine energies within both of us. Both of those energies are within each of us, right? And so if we are heavily on one side or heavily on the other, we aren't able to really balance and focus and really process things and allow things the way that we normally would, in an ideal world, which we are building, by the way. But for me today, it was definitely one of those things, and I really, I use different tools. Meditation is big for me. I'm going to journal here in a bit before I lay down to rest. Getting out into nature, sitting under the trees, just really grounding my energy. And allowing nature and the divine and my soul to just commune and realize that the constructs of the matrix, which is truly what it is, y'all, it is. I know that word is hyper used, but it is. It's all a program. Speaking of which, I saw something today. It blew me away, but it made sense. So it's real, and the lady was talking about Dora the Explorer. Right, so I used to watch that with my kids all the time when they were smaller, right? Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer. She was like, do y'all know that Dora was inside of a computer, the Internet Explorer? And every time, do you remember she's had that little mouse, that little arrow? It's because somebody was clicking the things for her. And then she was like, the last part of computer, the word computer, the ending part of that word in Spanish is is something explorer or something like that. I forget. Look it up. But it was like, she's like, yes, she was in a computer. I was like, what? She was in a simulation. She was in the system. We never knew. We're just thinking it's a cartoon. So it's the same thing. That's what's coming to me in this moment, y'all. Like, we really are in a cartoon, so to speak. We're on a show. The Truman Show is real. Everything that they show us has some hint of truth. How they say, every joke has a little bit of truth in it. Well, every conspiracy theory, if you will, has some truth to it. More than others in some cases, in many cases. We are in a program. And it's gonna throw, I look at today, like when that energy came to me and really wanted me to kind of get back into that old heart space, not even mindset. It tries to take your heart space because that's what generates the change. That's what elevates or, dictates the frequency of how that thing is going to go. I said some videos back, it's always going to be a negative, perceived negative and perceived positive or actual positive to everything, right? Every situation, scenario, situation, ship, right? It's a good and a bad. And it's like, what are you going to put your energy into the most? Yes, we can acknowledge the part that doesn't feel good. We can acknowledge the parts that are less than ideal and, not really what we want, because we need to. It's there. It deserves presence. I got this big old pimple. Some people either sending me evil eye and or purging. A lot of times when I'm purging and I'm releasing a lot of things, your body is everything that happens in our body is always a physical symptom. Is it's based off of a spiritual happening, right? So anything we have happening physically is a result of something that's happened spiritually. It's like the as above, so below, right? So whatever's happening above has to happen below, so long as, anyway, I'm on a tangent now. But anyway, once that situation came to me, I'm like, okay, nah, you're not going to get me, right? Then I was like, wait, what's not going to get you? Like, it's always us versus the next version of us. It's really not anything else, unless we allow something outside of us to do that. So then I had to change my perspective, because at first I'm like, oh, I'm under spiritual attack. That's how I handled it. Almost the same scenario, almost exactly a year ago, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm in attack mode. Let me get in defense and da 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 da. And now I'm like, nah. Aw. Thank you, universe. This is an opportunity for me to expand. This is an opportunity for me to feel through all the work that I've done to transmute this sort of energy, to change the narrative, to create my reality through things that come up that I didn't ask for, per se. Right? So I want you to think about that. What is something that you are really like struggling with that's really like, not this again. Like, why do I keep dealing with this? Why does this keep happening? As soon as things go right, then something else goes wrong. There's always something. Because I understand that, y'all. I do. I really do. I was there, get there sometimes still, and I caught myself with that today. Because, I told y'all some time back that I hadn't been working those last 4 months or so. Didn't really have much income coming in, didn't know what was happening when it came to finances and things like that. I just have been trusting the universe, and the universe has not failed me, right? So, I go on interviews and I don't like them, deny the offer. I go on interviews, I don't get a call back, whatever. And then I went on an interview the day before yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the energy there. I really understood, my perspective change, even as though I've been on this, kind of being more intentional and aware. It was yesterday or the day before when I went on that interview where I was like, I feel different now. Like, it wasn't about the monetary, it wasn't about the benefits, it wasn't about the convenience, it wasn't about, anything other than, okay, how can I be of service here? How can I grow my skills and my spiritual abilities here? How can I, be of light and inspiration in this particular environment? And I felt a lot of opportunity there to be in my highest good. So, You know, and I ask source, I'm like, hey, if it's for me, let me get an offer. That's what I ask almost every job. I'm like, if it's for me, let me get an offer. If it's not, don't let me get an offer. And I got an offer, and I accepted it. And I'm very excited about that. It doesn't start until a month and a half from now, about a month from now, but you know, the present moment is beautiful. The present moment is it's refreshing. Yeah. So when that situation arose to the next day, like so yesterday they called me, I signed my offer letter and all that stuff, right? And then today I get this old ass, stale ass energy that used to have a chokehold on me type scenario come up. Right? I was feeling good. I've been feeling good long before I even had that interview, got the job. I've just been feeling great. Like I feel something that's just on the cusps of physically being tangible. But I've been feeling it energetically for like a couple months now. I'm not even going to hold you on that. Like a couple months. 11/11 was just past when I was saying that. This, Archangel Metatron. I love him. Archangel Michael. All the archangels on my team, Ascended Masters. Those two lately, Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, have really been heavy in my aura. Very grateful. So I say that to say I wanted to hop on here. It's not going to be a long video, I trust. But I just wanted to hop on here and let y'all know that there's going to be scenarios that come up again. Right when you feel like everything's flowing, everything feels great. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. Like I've been in introspect today about the scenario, like really seeing the old version of me and feeling the current version of me and how we're handling the same situation. Because I used to think that I could think my way through a manifestation, right? I could just think it and it will happen because I'm magic. When it's really, you really have to feel it. You really, truly have to feel and visualize and be one with the truth of what it is that you visualize, that you see. You have to be it, encompass it, allow it, accept it. Like me, I wasn't in receiving mode. I'm like, oh, what can I do? Who can I call? Let me do this. No, you're in receiving mode. You're in your femininity. Even if you're a man, you can be in your femininity and just be like, you know what? Let me just receive from the divine right now. I know it's hard for a lot of men because you guys, your instinctual thing to do is to fix, to problem solve. I have 3 sons, 5 brothers, 2 ex-husbands. Partridge in a pear tree, child. But seriously, y'all are also entitled to rest in your femininity of receiving, and allow the universe to just do what it does based off of your frequency of trusting. That came up for me today. It's like, oh, you believe we can do what we can do with you, but you're not trusting it. You're not really trusting. I'm like, but I am. Like, nah, you ain't. I was like, maybe I'm not. Because I feel like, okay, well, I can trust, but I don't want to sit around and do nothing. But it's not physically doing anything. It's being an energetic match to the vibration of which you're calling in. And that just means what? Doing whatever it is that helps you do that. So what did I do? Did I try to research this and call that and do this and that like I normally would? Nope. I was given information that I could have, followed up on in that capacity. And I was like, nah. I'm going to the park. The source is like, yeah, go to the park. Sit under that tree. I have a little tree pod little situation. Me and my higher self. It's such a beautiful spot. It was so magical. I've been to that park so many times. I always sat under one particular tree. And then one day I got there and they had cut off one of her branches. I was so sad. I was shocked. I was sad. Like, why would they do that? Like, I really don't understand why they would fucking cut the trees in the middle of winter. They cut a bunch of trees. But anyway, once I, like, again, I was like, oh, I'm under attack. This is my sacred space and they're trying to make it. Nah, I literally was guided to just turn around. And right behind me, it's like a tripod. It was one tree, and then there's two right like behind her, and they were so beautiful. And all the fall colors, the orange and the burnt yellow and the green, and then the one big one. She just has so many beautiful leaves all around her, and they were still falling. And I'm in Arizona. Y'all can tell I have a tank top on. It's still like 70, 80 degrees here. People still in tank tops and shorts. I do not miss that snow, Midwest, Eastern weather at all. So it's just been very, very, very beautiful weather here. And so everything was just so perfect. And it was just like I heard like it was just so magical and the whimsical, princess theme music happening in the foreground and background of my soul and mind. And I look over and that was my new space. And so that's where I go. And so, and then, because I was there yesterday, it's not too far. It's a nice walk from my apartment. But then when I get there, y'all, kid you fucking not, I go to the big tree first, like I normally do, and because all those leaves were there, it's always prominent when you can tell somebody's been walking through them or moved them around because there's dirt underneath the leaves. And right at the base of the tree, somebody had carved out a heart, or not somebody, but the divine had left me a big old heart, very distinct, no way to mistake it for anything else. And I had an offering, so I just kind of layered my offering around it, right? And it was just like a confirmation that I didn't expect or even I didn't ask for, which makes it all the more beautiful. That I'm loved, that I'm cared for, that I'm provided for, that I'm protected. Archangel Michael once told me, and it stays with my heart, you're always protected in truth. You're never protected in delusion. No matter what that truth is, it doesn't have to look good or feel good. As long as you're in the truth of whatever it is that's happening within and around you, you're divinely safe, y'all. You're divinely protected. That was something else that came up. It's like, these energies wanted to come in and be like, oh, this situation happened again. You must not be doing your spiritual work. You must not be doing anything that you thought you were doing. Why would it come up again? A year ago, Leash would have been like, what am I doing wrong? And this and that and this and that. Looking for somebody else to give me an answer, doubting what I feel like I had already done. Like, remember I said, I've been feeling so great lately. Just everything's just been so beautiful. I've just been in such an immense energy of gratitude and excitement and not even knowing why. On the outside, people would think like, what the hell is she so happy for? Why is she so content? Why is she just like, la la la? She doesn't have a job, she doesn't have this, because it has nothing to do with any of the physical things. I am so spiritually wealthy, the most rich that I've ever felt in my life this lifetime. Without most of the constructs that would have previously this lifetime made me feel like I had it all. I got a house, I got a man, I got a car, I got a job, I make this much, I do this, blah, blah, blah. I am happy. No. I had so many wounds that were unhealed and not being allowed to be felt. I had so much anger and rage and competitive energy and jealousy energies and, unworthiness. Like, there were just so many things. And that's what we can do a lot of times. We can mask what we're really feeling, what we're really going through, mask it with the things. I said this before, with the things. And that's part of the program, to make you feel like because you have all these things that your life is perfect. Like, unfortunately, that guy who made all that gazillions of dollars in healthcare, CEO dude, and was intentionally taken out. You think, oh, well, he's wealthy. Why does he have security? Why? He has it all. He shouldn't. Those type of people don't get murdered if they don't. Or you see those people, the wealthy, they have, I don't know why they keep showing the damn Menendez brothers. I remember that when I was a kid. Like, why are we still talking about that? It's a programming. What their agenda is, I'm not sure. But to keep talking about this literally 20 some odd years later, okay, 2 rich boys killed their daddy. And, I trust that they heal from any harm that may have been done to them, prior to that. But can we stop talking about it? Like, why do you keep bring up the old stuff? All right, it's to make people revisit those emotions. So it's kind of like the same thing with the energies that come into our individual lives. Like, why do I keep bringing that? Because it's to bring up an emotion. It's not an attack, right? It's an opportunity to shift, to practice what you learn. Like, okay, gotta be quicker than. Oh, that's what it was too with Dora. Swiper, the fox. He was the Foxzilla. What's the malware? The little safety thing for the computers. That's what's like Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no, not stealing people's information. She blew me away because the stuff made so much sense. I'm like, no. In a program, didn't even know it. We're like, Dora the Explorer. Like, we're really in Oregon Trail real life. And anyway, so as I was saying, those energies will try to come back, and it'll try at 22:22 on the clock. Thank you, Source. It gave me chills. It'll try to bring back in those memories to try to bring your vibration down, for you to doubt. For you to feel like, why am I still doing this? But let's stay on the vibration that feels good. The vibration that lets us just be free, because we are free. We are sovereign beings. We are sovereign from the constraints of the matrix systems of bills and societal expectations and relationship expectations, and we are free. We're sovereign. We don't need any parts of it. We do not. It seems like it. It really feels like it. It can really make you think that we do. Really, like, it's convincing as hell. Like, but what is it? But this, that. No. You're divine. You're a master creator. You're an alchemist. You can take any energy and you can transform it into something beautiful. That's what my soul reminded me of today. Like, you remember you're a master alchemist, right? You can be in your Queen of Cups energy, where you take the wisdom of the transformation of the pain, and the pain and the transformation happened when this particular specific energy happened last year this time, same month, like a couple weeks apart. That was painful. That was hard. I was in denial. I was in distrust. I was just in all sorts of crazy raggedy energy. Because you can be in that and still be on your path. Don't think because you're on your path and you're seeking the highest good and you're seeking the light that you can't be dip back into the old, and sometimes dip further down. I definitely did that multiple times. But it's like to fall down 9, got up 10. And if I fall down 10, I know I'm going to get up 11. And it's not even really getting down. It's just a shift. And then I'm going to shift back and higher. And I'm going to radiate my beam of light even brighter. Because I refuse to let anything outside of me bring me down. And I absolutely refuse to let parts of me who are not in my divinity and the highest version of me take me to where I'm not meant to be. I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. That was a bar. That was a bar. No, but seriously, I need y'all to remember that, okay? There's going to be some times. It's going to happen more than once. It can happen back to back. It can be multiple things at once. Find the part that feels the best. Even if it's not, oh wow, whatever feels the best. If it's here and here, then you pick here. I don't care how small the margin is. It don't have to be, oh, this feels great and all this feels, no. I don't care how small of a margin there is. Choose the higher path, the higher vibrational feeling, the more positive aspect of the situation, and flow and float and expand upon that. Don't ignore the part that doesn't feel good, the lower part. Feel it, see it for what it is. Literally, like, allow it some space. Like, hey, I'm here to show you how to trust your intuition more. Remember, see, something told you not to go out that night and you went anyway. Then you got a flat tire and you don't have money for it. Now you can't get to work. So instead of saying, well, shit, I got a flat tire, can't get to work, how am I paying bills, now you got a day off. You are able to put yourself in a peaceful position to where your energetic footprint, your signature, your inner being has been able to tell you, hey, next time just listen to yourself. Listen to me. Listen to your heart. Don't worry about the tire and you miss work and the pay and this and this. Like, okay, oh, I can trust my intuition. Okay, beautiful. Oh, wow. Because our intuition is our heart, and that's our biggest ally. It's our biggest compass. It's going to always guide us to the truth, even when it feels weird and uncomfortable. So it's like that would have been that little bit like, but. You can put but all day long. BBL, but. Okay? Buts don't matter. Not in that kind of scenario. So I just wanted to hop on here. I love y'all. You know, I love doing these videos, and it always warms my heart knowing that they're there. I have videos that have no views right now. Don't matter. Because I really believe that when it's time, people will see them. I get ecstatic for the ones with one view. I do. Like, oh man. I trust that changed their life. I trust there's something that sparked something within that person. Even if it's just me. Sometimes I feel like it's just meant for me to be on here for me. Right? But I love you, beautiful souls. I am sending you lots of love and courage. And I trust that you find the confidence that you need to keep pushing forward. Never stop. Keep going. I promise you, you're already all right. I love you.